Star Wars Visions finally provides us with something that has been missing for a long time. Unique storylines within the Star Wars universe that aren't heavily relying to or specifically tied to any of the main canon storylines that we grew up with. And that's a good thing. With a refreshing take on the Star Wars universe, Visions combines two mega house genres, Star Wars and anime, which surprisingly has never ever happened within the 40 plus years of Star Wars history. It feels like it comes full circle though. George Lucas has claimed that his influences when it comes to the Star Wars universe comes from a mix of the serials he grew up watching, westerns, and classic samurai movies. It's a fantastic trend that we are seeing recently with the latest Star Wars content that started with Jon Favreau's Mandalorian, who also stated that his idea of the show was to harken back to the influences of Lucas and not in tribute of what we have already seen. Now in the hands of some of the more influential anime studios in Japan, we get to see a fresh new take of stories within the universe told only in a way that anime can. With a total of 9 episodes, many of which leave the audience feeling like there are more to tell within each isolated storyline, Visions provides Star Wars fans and anime fans with entertaining stories, interesting and well thought out characters, and stunning visuals that really fully encapsulates the power and complexity that anime brings to the screen. All this while still maintaining the same themes and spirit of Star Wars that made us fall in love with the property in the first place. For non-fans of either, it could be viewed as weird, awkward, and at times batshit crazy. But even the non-fan would agree that it's nice to finally see something different from the SWU. I enjoyed watching every episode, but like many of you, I have my own personal favorites, and if I was given the chance, I would want to see these storylines continue. So without further ado, here are my top 5 shorts of Star Wars Visions. Lop and Ocho. One of the very few times when I wasn't that annoyed and bored of politics in Star Wars. This short had a lot of very familiar elements: opposition, looking to secure one's freedom, family turmoil, and conflict. A tale of two siblings who grew up on the opposite side of beliefs that brings them to a head towards the end. Visually amazing and action scenes were truly felt. One of the shorts that definitely ends very open-ended, and I would be extremely interested in watching more about the story of these two sisters. The Elder. What made this short extremely amazing was the fact that for the very first time we came across a Sith who has been far removed from it all. Finding himself in the later years of his life, he still seeks out the challenges and wants to prove that he still has what it takes to battle with the best. And it seems like that's all he's living for. Nothing to do with ruling the universe or conquering a city or planet. He just wants to prove that he's nobody to mess with until his death. On the other side, we see a very typical Jedi storyline of master and apprentice, which is all too familiar within the Star Wars lore that was fun to watch. The Village Bride. Visually and spiritually breathtaking to the point where it felt like I was watching one of Studio Ghibli's films. This short really was one of the more emotional storylines that we have received in Visions. Filled with mystery and finding ourselves in a planet with people we don't have any knowledge of, we were treated to a wonderful story about legacy and maintaining the prosperity of a world from opposition. Our hero, who is thrown into things without any emotional ties to anybody, take on the Jedi learnings of guarding peace and maintaining justice within the universe. This short also had one of the best endings to a standoff that I've ever seen. Tatooine Rhapsody. Full of fun and cuteness, this is definitely one of the shorts that can only be enjoyed and understood in full anime form. I fell in love with the deformed animation styles of well-known Star Wars characters like Boba Fett, Bib Fortuna, and Jabba the Hutt, but what makes this short fun is that you find a young Padawan, turned musician, whose only main goal in life is to make music and be the best band in the universe. Finding one of his members in debt and in trouble with Jabba, he puts on a show to not only save themselves, but to save the world from boredom a la Bill and Ted. Personally, one of my favorite shorts and Visions. The Duel. Everything I said about Star Wars coming full circle with its roots are all encapsulated in this short. A story of a Ronin, mysterious and without any ties, finds himself in a town that is constantly tortured and bullied to the point where it disturbs his own peace. Begrudgingly, he decides to take matters into his own hands and put an end to things, mainly for himself, but at the same time saving the town and releasing them from this tyranny. Is this Ronin truly a Sith? If so, it's one of the very first times we get treated with a Sith versus Sith battle that was extremely entertaining. The animation style, portrayal of familiar looking Star Wars characters, and the fight scenes are truly works of art. Scenes felt like they were taken straight out of a Kurosawa movie. With a wonderful twist at the end, I would definitely love to see the further adventures of this wandering Ronin. Now these may be my favorites, and I'm sure you have your own. Regardless, each short had wonderful moments that are definitely worth watching. Star Wars fan, anime fan or not, anybody who watches will have something to take away from Star Wars Visions. What are your thoughts on Star Wars Visions? Was this something that you enjoyed watching? What are your favorite shorts from the series? Let me know in the comments, and as always, don't forget to smash that like, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one.